Sepupus, COVID is apparently now a thing again, so make sure to get your booster shots. Or, if you don't like vaccines, post 500 times in anti-vax Facebook groups, you do you. Today, let's talk about the
not COVID related
immunity of Anwar Ibrahim. Sepupus, Anwar Ibrahim wants to know, as Prime Minister, do I have immunity from civil suits? Apparently the reasoning is, but I'm Prime Minister, if I get sued, if I have to go to court, then what's gonna happen? Do I have to stop doing my work? Is the government going to run? Come on, Judge Sepupus, do better than that. And he's asking like 8 questions apparently. And some of the questions are something like, does a sitting Prime Minister have legal protection under the Constitution from being sued in a civil case for something that allegedly happened before he took office if the lawsuit could affect his ability to do his job or upset the balance of power between the government and the courts? Whether the High Court, in allowing a civil suit against a sitting Prime Minister where he has raised a credible plea of abuse of process, does it violate the constitutional guarantee of equality before the law under Article 8.1? Does the Federal Constitution, by necessary implication, require courts to conduct a threshold inquiry prior to trial into whether a civil suit against a sitting Prime Minister constitutes an abuse of process or a threat to public interest, and if so, whether such proceedings must be stayed or dismissed to preserve constitutional governance? Whether the courts are constitutionally obliged under Article 5.1, read in light of the principle of due process and natural justice, to protect public officer holders' liberty and dignity from litigation that may impair the ability to discharge public duties where no criminal guilt had been established. Wow. We're talking constitutional immunity here. Now, why is this happening? Well, enter Yusoff Rawther. Once upon a time, Yusoff Rawther was just a research assistant for Anwar Ibrahim. He was working at Anwar's bungalow office in PJ, doing stuff like admin support, research tasks. In October 2018, way before Anwar became Prime Minister, he claimed that Anwar sexually assaulted him at Anwar's house in Segambut, which Anwar very vehemently denied. It didn't stop Yusoff from filing a police report in December 2019. Yusoff sued Anwar in July 2021 and sought after damages for the assault. And if nothing happens, which is where the immunity thing comes in, the trial's gonna happen on June the 16th, 2025. If you think this sounds familiar, it definitely does, because it's pretty much just like the pattern of Liwat 1 and Liwat 2. In both cases, the pattern is the same. Employee or assistant of Anwar Ibrahim accuses him of inappropriate sexual behavior. A ridiculous trial takes place.
There was even a Sumpah Laknat session.
But in every case, Anwar defends himself, and we the Malaysian people believe he was persecuted, this is wrong, you can't do that to our future Prime Minister. But the difference is, now he's actually the Prime Minister. And while Anwar is saying that he's the victim of a manufactured claim and politically motivated reputational sabotage, I think the tables here are kind of turned, cause once he was the weak man fighting against the system, but now he is the system. And here you have Yusoff Rawther asking for a polygraph rejected. He gets arrested for 305 grams of cannabis and imitation guns. And even now, people are posting articles about how apparently he's an Israel supporter. Wow.
Well, what was this?
But you would accept A, Israel's right to exist.
Yes.
And B, Israel's right to defend itself.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, it's not a huge deal to me.
I'm sure that this opens up some old wounds for Anwar. And if the court says, look, you need to enter trial, it is totally all G, then no matter what, he's gonna show up at court on June the 16th and he's going to have to defend himself, and it's gonna be Liwat 1 and Liwat 2 over again, except with the Prime Minister on the witness stand. At this time, I think a lot of people will be all like, take your polygraph test and stand on the witness stand like an anak jantan. But actually, there are some important things to think of here. Number one, whether you like Anwar or not, it is a fact that the Prime Minister has to meet a ton of people on a daily basis, settle gao tim, get everything done, and at the same time maintain dignity on the international stage. And it is a fact that if you were to sue a Prime Minister, and if any random Prime Minister were to be sued for a civil action, then that means that even I or any other random citizen of Malaysia can literally just file a suit against Anwar Ibrahim and sue him for X, Y, and Z. if somebody really wanted to troll Anwar Ibrahim, they could technically do something like that, which is, I think, the whole reasoning that he's using in this case. He could make the argument about judicial overreach into the executive, talk about the media attention and everything like that, even as he says that the AGC cleared him in 2020 and this is basically just opening up an old wound demi kesumat politik, which is like, alright. But if Anwar gets his way, that also means that the earliest time that Yusoff Rawther can actually pursue this case, if he really wants to pursue it, is after Anwar stops being Prime Minister. Which, by the way, also means that if Anwar were to somehow end up winning the next GE, I guess he has to wait 7 years. If Anwar wins another GE, then it's 12, yet another GE, 17. But I guess, given what happened with Rafizi, most people are thinking that the answer is 2. But you know, in this case here, I'm not going to definitively recommend that he should stand trial, because as far as I can see, this is pretty much a damn if you do, damn if you don't. I mean, think about it, right? If he gets immunity, then that means no courtroom drama, no distraction, nobody can just randomly sue a PM and then cause them to end up in court for multiple weeks at a time. But then on the other hand, people will be all like, wow, if you're innocent, why you run away from court, ah? And they're going to be talking about Undang-Undang Dua Darjat. Maybe Fahmi Reza is going to make an art piece and the PAS and PN groups are going to have a field day. But then at the same time, if he goes on trial, it can be like, oh, alright. Wow, very good, ah. Now everybody should go and sue PM.
For things that he allegedly did 20, 30 years ago.
PM, you insulted me, I'm gonna sue you. PM, you offended me. PM, you accidentally hit my car, and everything out there without end.
So yeah, with the current case,
sure, if he wins, then okay, it's good. Our Prime Minister can defend himself. Reformasi is alive. But the thing is, the potential damage to him, whether from character assassination or past PN influencers, is gonna be insane. Like, if you thought the mattress thing was bad before, like, just imagine what's gonna happen now in the age of TikTok, YouTube videos, 100,000 different clips. And that's just assuming that he actually wins. If he actually ends up losing here, let's just say this is not going to be easy for him. Because you have to remember, right, the only reason that he's Prime Minister right now is that he received a royal pardon for the Liwat 2 case. Otherwise, he wouldn't even be standing as PM today. And even now, people are going all like Banduan Terhormat. That line has been repeated over and over again. And you know what? I think that a lot of people actually have ended up believing this. Like, you know, the man was persecuted, victimized, weak man, social injustice, threatened, pilloried, stopped from taking his rightful place. But now, right, he is Prime Minister and people still remember those things inside their minds. And so if he loses against Yusoff Rawther right now, he's not just losing one case in the public eye, he's losing across his entire history, both Liwat 1 and 2 again, and now adding on something brand new. So, I can see why he wants to be immune. Tough. It's not going to be an easy thing to deal with. And what a shame that you can't just get an injection to become immune to lawsuits. Alright, and that's all to say about that, and bye.